Could I have everyone's attention? We would like to go ahead and get started so that we don't run too far behind. I'm not sure where Jim is. Hopefully he'll be here shortly. And I don't see 6:42. Okay. I don't see Rebecca, our secretary, so Debbie will take attendance.
Okay, Anthony Amato, not here. Valerie Anderson, not here. Alan Brown. Here. Gregory Cava. Here. Rebecca Devine, not here. Michelle Gora.
Here.
James Hirschfield, not here yet. Stephanie Kolnick. Here. Jennifer Pody. Here. Lisa Roche.
Here.
Michael Sinatra. Here. Peter Tagley.
Okay. Well, the first thing the only thing really on our agenda for this special meeting is the presentation of the superintendent's budget, and I think we're supposed to just go ahead and start.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Good evening. I'm happy to be here. Thank you to all my administrators in the audience. I appreciate your support. We're here to review the budget 2017-18, but it's also in financial terms called fiscal year 2018. So here we go. Our budget consists of a lot of hard work, a lot of deep digging into what we do, what works. Our administrative team, our heads of department work very hard to make sure that everything we do is aligned with our vision and our mission. And I think as we make presentations to the board and you read the Region in Review, you see on a regular basis that we educate, we challenge, we inspire. We want kids to be compassionate, creative. We're preparing them for life after Shahbagh. Our mission statement has 3 goals. One is optimizing student achievement. The other is developing a collaborative learning environment and developing engaged citizens. Really important. This year at Shahbagh Shahbagh Region 12 has been very, very successful. We have a lot to be proud of. I will go through some of that, but we did, after last meeting, get our net accountability scores, which were very, very good. I'm happy to say, and proud to say, that Region 12's 3 elementary schools were all schools of distinction, which is a bravo to the staff and the students and the parent communities that support that, and the Board of Education. You should be very proud of that. Shahbagh had an increase of 5 percentage points on their net accountability score, and we are in the top 25% of high schools in the state. And just so you know, it's harder to become a school of distinction at the high school because there are many strands that you are assessed on. And we're doing very, very well, and I'm very proud of everyone for this accomplishment. It's been a successful year at Shahbagh. I'm not going to read everything, but certainly you saw when Lori Ferreira presented the syllabus and the syllabi, showed you how to go through it to find it on the computer. Just go to Shahbagh website. All of our curriculum is clearly labeled, clearly defined, so any parent, student, community member can see exactly what we do in our classes at Shahbagh. Our teachers work very, very hard together to collaborate, to write curriculum. They work in professional learning communities. We use data-driven decision-making, which is very important. If something works and the data shows it works, we continue. If something doesn't work because the data shows us that, then we make changes. And that's really a best practice in education. I'm happy to say that we have most of our students, almost all, taking the PSAT, some more than one time, in preparation for the SAT, which is really a great diagnostic tool and helps the students to be successful. We have many activities that have gone on and continue to go on. This weekend we will have the World Forum this Saturday. If you've never been, please come. It is fabulous. Kids do a great job. This year, I was able, with Mrs. Files and Mrs. Ferreira and 2 students, Jack and Brianna, And we went and we participated in high school redesign after a lot of work with the staff and the students. And we were up at the legislative offices. It was a great opportunity to show how bright and engaged and intelligent our students are. Science is going to be a word you're going to be hearing a lot about, not only tonight, but in the future. The next generation's science standards are out. They are engaging. They promote critical thinking, problem solving. There is pre-engineering in there. There is robotics. And then all of the regular science curriculum that you know and love. So we are working on that, and we'll continue to work on that throughout the summer. This is really exciting. I can't talk about it enough, but the counseling department has been accredited through RAMP, the American School Counseling Association, as a model program. We're very, very proud, and this is really a big selling point. I've talked to you about it before. Our Spartans are a success. This happens to be Sean Parker. We're very proud of Sean. He's done a great job running all over the place. He was the Class S state champion this weekend. He was 10th in an indoor state championship, and he's continuing to run. So I think it's important that we remember that there's balance at Shahbagh. It's not just about academics. It's about athletics. It's about social and emotional health, and we really educate the whole child. We're very proud of our elementary schools. They are just wonderful buildings where kids love to be. And I always have a great day when I start off in the elementary schools. And they also are very proud and should be. 100% of our students participate in the summer reading challenge. Our test performance is increasing. We had a great increase in third grade mathematics. And we're very fortunate to have supportive parents and community members who really give of their time and energy to the schools to make for the best education they can for the children. They were really very, very lucky to have such dedicated parents. We're also focusing this year on kindness and growth mindset at all 3 elementary schools and at Shahbagh also. And this is really important. The growth mindset is really important. Helping kids to understand you have to take risks. Yes, you're going to fail. That's how you learn. That we can change things that we don't like in ourselves, that we can get better, we can work hard. And kindness goes for itself. It's really important to be kind. If you're ever on Facebook, you see all those nice little posters about being kind. It's just really important. You know, in the world we live in, you never know how a smile or a kind gesture is going to have an impact on someone's day. So they just really do a great job at that. And the STEM that Marianne Zola is doing that you put in the budget last year is really successful. The kids love the program. Marianne with Teresa have been working very hard to really work through some different programs and curriculum packets to see what's best. So it is a program that we're working on, but it's great. The kids love it. It's engaging. They're involved. And Marianne, as we know, is doing a great job. So just congratulations. I think Shahbagh and our elementary schools need to be celebrated. I think the Board of Education does a great job making sure that they put the students first to make sure that student achievement is a #1 priority, that we put programs that enhance our kids' lives and our families' lives, and that's something to celebrate. We continue to work on our assessment performance. We continue to work with a consultant to help us to develop alternative options for K-5 classes. We participated this year in the State Teacher of the Year program. We have Makerspace at Shahbagh. I talked about RAMP. Karen Files did a great job on our November newsletter highlighting the class of 2016. We got a lot of positive feedback about that. And our video film classes are just winning all the time. I mean, every other week they're winning another project and another contest. So I'm very excited about that, and I'm thankful to Brianne Pitt especially, who I send her something, a contest, and she has the kids automatically working on it. And that's what you need. You need teachers to say, oh, here it is, let's go, let's go, let's go. So I'm excited about that. As we look through the future, we can't just, live on our laurels. We have to make sure that we're always pushing. We have to make sure we have a sense of urgency. Kids only have 1 year to be in 6th grade. Kids only have 1 year to be in 10th grade. You have to make sure they're getting the best experience they can. We expect all students to be successful, and our work continues every day. Every day, every staff member is working for the betterment of Region 12 and our students. So plans for the future. We are working on the long-range plan, so hopefully we'll have that in place by September. We want to work, and under Kathy Colella's leadership, we are working to develop alternative options for our elementary schools and the classrooms that are getting very small. We continue to work for the Ag STEM program and right-size that project. That project is continually, the footprint is getting a little smaller, the cost is getting lower, and the programs are staying intact. And we're going to Cave Day on the Hill on Wednesday, and I thank everyone in advance who is going. Kim Gallo has done a yeoman's job carrying that torch. It's a big job. Plans for the future. We continue to promote the region and share our commitment not only to our students, but to our schools and our communities. And we plan to expand STEM opportunities for all students. As far as Ag STEM goes, we continue to work with DAS and Castle Booze to right-size the project. We continue to promote Ag STEM at the legislature, and we are very hopeful that the doors will open on August 2019. So now when we think about the coming year's budget, we look as an administrative team what's working, what do we think is important to continue, where we need maybe to make some changes. And so we look in areas of curriculum, technology, the facilities, the enrollment, and everything we do is based on what's best for our kids. We try to have a balanced approach. We start with providing outstanding educational programs. We make sure we use our resources efficiently and effectively. We always remain fiscally responsible, and we need to plan for the future. In curriculum instruction, our new budget talks about how we can continue to bring in the 21st century skills for all students, making sure that we are aligned with the Common Core state standards. Sometimes they're called the Connecticut state standards. We have to embrace the new science standards. We have to still keep our eye on the SBAC assessments and the SAT. It's important for our kids. Professional development. When we take time away from kids, we have to make sure that the professional development program is of the utmost highest quality, and we do that. I'm proud of what we do with our teachers. And they buy in, they plan with us, so it really is something that they need. It's personalized professional development. And then always thinking about college and career readiness. Okay, that's really important for everyone. When kids leave, they have to have a plan. Here's some more professional development. Why is it so important? It builds capacity. It creates a positive professional learning community. It enhances the facilitation of content competencies, making sure that the biology teacher knows the content, the elementary reading teachers know the reading. All of those things, it's really important. You have to do both. Facilitate improved instruction in research and data. And then develop staff who are reflective and collaborative. And I think our staff in all of our schools do a fabulous job. They work very, very hard, And I'm proud of the work they do with our students. And I think those of you who have students in the district and who have had students can agree with that there's some very special staff members here who really care about kids. So academic opportunities continue. Virtual high school, electives at Shahbagh, Minds in Motion, STEM enrichment, talented and gifted, makerspace. And in technology, Karen has done a great job with a technology plan that constantly keeps revolving so that we don't get kids or teachers with old laptops, old computers. They're always replenished. As you know, I believe in 6th grade and 9th grade, students get new Chromebooks, and then they use those old Chromebooks to help prepare the other ones when they break down and maybe put them in lower classes. So it's really important that we continue that. You can never, it's really important, I think the board agrees, that you have to keep funding your technology program, because once you stop, you break that cycle and then you're always playing catch up. Really important. And so we are just adding this year some tablets in grades K and 1. And of course, supplementing the one-to-one Chromebook for anyone who needs. The replacement program of, of Project Lead the Way Lab at Shahbagh. And then continued support for the replacement plan, which I talked about. So in this budget, I only have 2 official program improvements. And they are Project Lead the Way for grades K-5 and Makerspace for all elementary schools. Project Lead the Way, we have it at the middle school, and so we want to bring that program, that science pre-engineering program, to grades K to 5, so now we have a vertical alignment of Project Lead the Way and the science standards. So I think it's really important, and certainly Teresa can come at another time and explain the program to you, but I think it's really important that we put that program in. And then Makerspace for the elementary schools. Makerspace is a creative, hands-on program where kids go in and they work independently in groups to make things. They can use the 3D printer, there's some fashion technology, there can be Legos and pulleys, and I know a school that has a baking makerspace and kids just explore with that. It's just that exploration of being creative and innovative. And that's what Makerspace is. So I think that's important as we move towards that STEM initiative. And kids love it. This year, I am reducing staff to optimize the needs of our kids. And so you'll see as we move forward, we have a decrease of 4 certified staff, 1 from WPS, 1 from Burnham, 1 from Shahbagh, and 1 from the music department. And then we are reducing 2 non-certified staff. Student ratios, these are the numbers, and I've adjusted staff based on the needs of students. So you can see here, this is the current enrollment for next year. Of course, things may change here and there a little bit. So in booth free next year, there will be 71 students. There will be 6 classroom teachers, and the ratio is 1 to 12 of staff to students. Burnham will have 39 students. There will be 4 classroom teachers, and the ratio is 1 to 10. WPS without reach, I did not include reach, just muddies the waters, is 102 students, and that is 6 classroom teachers. The ratio is 1 to 17. And in Shahbagh, we have 412 students, 27 classroom teachers, and that's 1 to 15. The asterisks show where I've reduced a classroom teacher and plus a music teacher. So here's the change in student enrollment in the past year. So we have currently 85 students in booth-free school. It's going down to 71 students, and that's minus 14 kids. It's a change of 14 kids at booth-free. Burnham currently has 44 students, and they're going to 39, which is a reduction of 5 students. WPS has 112, and they're going to 102, and that's minus 10. So we are down 29 students in our elementary schools next year, and Shahbagh is up 11 kids. And Reach right now has 52 kids. We're still registering, so we'll be in the 40s. This is the historical information about my budgets the last 4 years. This is my 5th time presenting my budget. So you can see that we've tried very hard to be fiscally responsible. Last 3 years, we've had a negative budget. Administrator's budget request. When everyone gives me their budgets in probably ended November, mid-December, we had a 5.85% increase in the budget. I have reduced that by 1.2 million, taking away 5.85, which gives you a 0% increase this year. You will get all of this information when I'm done, so I'm not going to go through every number. I'm just going to give you the big picture, okay? This is the pie, 100% of our budget. The blue and the rust together add up to about 75%, and that's salaries and benefits. So that's 75% of our budget. These are the areas of significant change. And you can see here, salaries has gone up, purchase professional services is almost the same, and then every other area has gone down. Supplies, I cut 10% out of everyone's budget. We reduced it, which is something we were able to do. The administrators worked very hard to make that happen. I didn't feel that this was the year to really add a lot of extras. I think this is the right budget for the right time, and sometimes you have to tighten the belt a little bit. So here, you'll see the salaries, personnel services are up about $330,000, and that's pretty much due to the new contracts. Teachers' contract was negotiated last year. Employee benefits is up $162,000, and again, that's mostly in the medical insurance. That goes up every year. Purchase professional and tech services. This again is very close to, where it was. No, one more. It's up $11,000, and that's pretty much spread out. Purchase property services are down $18,000. You'll see the finance board of the Board of Education has talked about some of the ways that we can get some of the capital expenses and the building upkeep, not repairs, but upkeep into the capital accounts and to the 1% accounts. So that will follow in discussion when Val returns. We are in other purchase services, down $40,000. This is the supplies I spoke about, down about 10%. And in that 10%, we have heating oil. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. I was doing pretty good with this. Electricity and heating oil is 52,000 of that. Property and program improvements. This is where I made some cuts, right here. It's the right budget for the right time. I just didn't feel it was the right time to add staff or additional new programs. I just felt that it wasn't the time this year. Dues and fees, debt service down $13,000. And again, you will get that overview in your booklets. So as a summary, the budget allows the region to continue to work in a fiscally minded fiscally minded, effective way to ensure not only that we're providing a wonderful educational program for our kids, but also being accurate and appropriate with taxpayers' money. This is really very important to us, and I know it's important to the board. The budget provides more opportunities for all students in STEM education, which I think is great. There's a zero change from last year, and we may have to revisit this in the late spring if things come down the pike from the governor. So we'll see what happens with that, but right now, we're just dealing with what we know. The budget distribution by town, there's a decrease in Bridgewater, and Washington, and Roxbury has an increase. And again, that's based on percentage of population. And again, those numbers will change a little bit based on what the actual enrollment is for next school year. So I do want to just thank you for supporting our schools and our students. We tried very hard to work to meet the needs of all students, to make sure that our staff was supported, and to make sure that we can run an engaging, interesting, fabulous school system for our 3 communities and our children. I just want to thank Bob. Bob does a great job with all of the ladies in the office and the administrative staff. This is a team effort. I have the pleasure of presenting it, but it's a team effort, and we appreciate your support, and we appreciate your due diligence. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Cosentino. I'm sorry that I couldn't be here at the start of the presentation. Are there any questions? We're going to have, normally we could start tonight. Valerie, as the chairman of the Finance Committee, usually would take people through the budget page by page and answer any questions. So I hadn't intended to do that tonight. Could be our next meeting when she's here. Usually, so we've been handed the budget.
Bob is getting it out, and Debbie.
Yes, Peter? Yes. Okay. All right, well then, if there's nothing further, is there a motion to adjourn this special meeting? Is there a second? Second. So moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Any abstain? All right, that meeting is adjourned.